So there's a new biography of Boris Johnson called The Gambler by Tom Bauer that chronicles everything going on behind the scenes in 2020. And there are some fascinating things there that I'd like to talk about. And by the way, this book is being chronicled in the Daily Mail over the next few days, so you can pick it up. But one of the things that really came to mind was it went through all the series of events that came down with Neil Ferguson's predictions from Imperial College of running the model that was forecasting 510,000 deaths here in the UK due to COVID and another 2 million deaths in the US based on his computer model. And it's now coming out that the two science advisors that Boris Johnson had, and that's Sir Patrick Vallance and Chris Whitty, never once question the numbers that came from Neil. Never once. Now, I studied engineering at MIT, and you always have a peer review your numbers and your science. Always. You always go through the numbers and check it, but that was never done a single time. And therefore, the basis of the entire UK lockdown was unfounded. And let me tell you something else. We've been talking about this for the past 7 months here at London Real, and we have been shut down by the regulators, Ofcom. We've been attacked by the government, by the mainstream media. We've even been censored by our social media platforms for doing so. And that's why we had to go on to create the Digital Freedom Platform. But let me tell you, one of the guests we had on the platform was Professor Michael Levitt, who's a Nobel Prize winner from Stanford. And he, at the very same time that Ferguson made those predictions, said they were 10 to 12 times too much. And he was exactly right. And yet I could not interview and stream this same Nobel Prize winner on my social platforms. I couldn't do that on YouTube because I was being censored for broadcasting incorrect information that was against the WHO. We were being persecuted here by the government for speaking our truth and for creating a marketplace of ideas because we believe in this funny concept called freedom of speech. If they had allowed us to exercise our freedom of speech, then we would have had the best ideas out there that we could have debated, we could have considered, and we could have executed. And yet we were shut down by everyone out there, all the platforms, all of the governments. And so ideas like Professor Michael Levitt's that were correct, that would have prevented the entire UK lockdown, the recession, the crushing of the economy, untold deaths because the NHS was closed down, mental health, and not to mention all of the deaths that are going to be caused because of the economy, that was all prohibited because freedom of speech was not respected in this whole thing. And the reason I'm a little upset about this is because they tried to bring us down, London Real down, our business down, my credibility down, because we were trying to put people out there to exchange ideas so we could find out what ideas were best. And yet that wasn't considered, and now we're in this incredible mess that we're in right now. And so it's frustrating to me that this is happening. And again, there's a reason that the right to free speech is the First Amendment of the Constitution in America, because it's the right that all other rights are based upon. And so it's an interesting book that this came out. And I just want to highlight the fact that we need to move forward with science-based decision-making. And that's something that's been ignored by this government since February. And it's the reason we're in the mess right now. And they've also ignored the fact that we should have the right to free speech, which is, again, the reason they're in the mess right now. If we were allowed to broadcast these ideas publicly, we could have prevented this. And yet we were brave enough to do it anyways. And I appreciate everyone out there, including the members of the London Real Army, which funded the Digital Freedom Platform and allowed us to continue putting out these ideas. And again, I want leadership in this country. I want a proportional response to the virus, and I want to go forward with science-based decision-making. Leave me your comments below. Tell me what you think about this. Let's find some solutions. Let's get back on track. Let's honestly admit that we made mistakes. I need the government to do that. And let's move forward with new policies that respect all of the ideas. Let's bring back freedom of speech on all our social platforms. And let's really get back to basics here. I believe that all people want good things. But when people try to control messages and try to censor ideas and try to run their agenda, we all fail. Lives are lost and we regress. Let's not do this. Let's move forward. Let's find solutions. Let's do this together. All right. Leave me your comments below. Share this video if it resonated with you, and let's keep moving forward. All right. Let's go to a new direction. Thank you.